Emily is a trooper.
Serious ride or die spouse.
Yes,
I can't do nothing but tip my hat to that.
she doesn't turn down an adventure if she needs to. She doesn't complain a whole lot, and I noticed that she's very supportive of the women.
Bring it, sis.
However, when they dolled Emily up for the wedding,
Yeah.
somebody needed to educate her about the fine art of getting tracks out,
And
and
weave.
that weave and water are sworn in.
Oh.
And it's a cautionary tale for any woman who have tracks put in. You got to educate yourself on the fine art of getting them out.
Yeah, because the brother that took her track said he might as well have chainsaw.
Welcome to Cliff Alerts.
Today we're going to be talking about Lifetime Network's reality-based TV series, Married at First Sight, season number 17, episode number 6.
But before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe. Please click that notification button so you know when we upload new content. And please send us your comments, and we thank you and appreciate you for your support.
They decided that they were going to go flyboarding. Now, I
Yeah,
don't know about you, but I've never been flyboarding before.
right.
That looked like some fun to me.
It
Well,
looks like a lot of fun.
I would try that in a minute,
It
boy.
looks like you gotta have some core strength to stay on the
Yeah, a little bit
thing.
of balance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
yeah, you
right.
can't. It's
But
not the kind of activity that you would partake of had you had a few, drinks or
no,
tequilas or something like that.
well, you never know what people are capable of. But it looked like a lot of fun. Brennon tried it first, and he
Yeah,
got up there. He, moved around a little bit,
yeah.
and then it was Emily's turn.
And she was a
And she's
soldier
a
about it.
trooper. She got on it. She was a little bit hesitant, and then she got confident with
Mm-hmm.
being up there. And I think Brennan was really surprised and proud that she
Yeah, he
was
was
able to do.
impressed. He was impressed.
Yes,
He was like, "Go ahead, wifey. I see you. I see you doing the
that
thing."
was impressive, and he
Yes,
hugged her
sir.
when she came.
Right.
And then the camera showed when he hugged the back of her head.
Yeah, it's hard as a
So
two by four. What?
So, it brings to mind what Cameron said that she had some kind of animal trapped in the back of her.
It was a nest. It was a nest
Because
resting up in there.
they went to get on a boat, but they were rained out. And at one point, Becca switched seats with Brennan so she could try to tease this stuff out because it was really a really bad situation she had going on in there. While she was upset, she didn't show it. When they went back to the hotel, she tried to get a hairdresser to come help her
Mm-hmm.
out. We saw this guy taking the track out,
Mm-hmm.
and my God, he didn't have the finesse of a surgeon at all.
None at
This
all.
dude was
No finesse in this game at all.
and I didn't see a bottle
Whack.
with some lotion or something to make the hair soft and tangle, conditioner to detangle what's
Right,
back there.
right. He just started
He
hacking and
was just,
whacking, man. Hacking and whacking.
as you said, a chainsaw this
Man,
and I would have been screaming at this point, but
man.
and even Brandon came and he
Really?
didn't say a whole lot, but tried to
You
encourage
know
her,
what? Yeah, because
and I was impressed about that.
part of it was,
He
I think,
probably was shocked
shock.
to
That's
see
what I'm saying. He was like, he ain't never seen that weave. Like,
Weavelicious.
right. He ain't
Yeah,
never seen that kind of weave
because typically you see that for black women, but you
right.
certainly don't see this for white women.
And, the-
Standing
and,
there looking at this
and,
thing like,
in the words of Kevin Hart, that you're going to learn today. Brother had a learning experience.
and
He was like,
she had to do what she had to do. So,
yeah, man.
forget about all these secrets with the track. She had to get that stuff out of her hair.
Yeah, man.
And I guess the guy cut it out. I don't know how much of her hair was left
Right.
back there,
Mm.
but thankfully they got it out.
She was a trooper and a soldier to go undergo that process, and not freak out and lose all of her mind.
And I see
She
on the
might have,
after
you know what?
party,
She may have had a couple of tequila hits before she did that to
and
help keep her calm.
maybe so. And at
Mhm.
the after party, I see she had some new track.
Mm. That
Anyway,
could be traumatic. You know what I'm saying?
I
Huh?
mean, I would be traumatized, but
Chill.
God bless Emily with that. That's why I
And
keep it
hey,
neutral.
hey, I
So
gotta listen.
you know,
You gotta dap up Brennan too because that was the first time experience, boy. Boy,
right?
that could have broken both of them down. He could have been traumatized for a minute, boy. Hmm.
But it is what it is.
Hmm.
Thankfully, she got that ish out of her head.
Yeah, boy.
So she and Brennan now, obviously the situation must have made them closer. So the second time they tried to get on the boat,
Hmm.
they were successful in
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And she's sitting there next to him, enjoying the water. You
Yeah,
know, you're always feeling a joyful, peaceful
man.
place
Anytime I'm
on a
out on a
boat.
boat, I'm loving life.
So he says to her that, he really appreciates her and he's learning to trust her more and more. Um, they're not there yet, but it's coming. And I was offended for her.
Yeah, and
And she actually said,
later
well,
on, yeah, yeah.
no, not later on. After he said it, she looked at him and said, well, I'm still on the outer circle, huh? And I don't even know if he recognized that he offended her.
Well, I don't think he did, but at the same time, I think that he could have been probably a little bit more diplomatic in his conversation at that point. I just think that he could have been far more tactful in terms of his approach about, revealing where his trust level was with his wife. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
And at one point, they started asking each other questions as they were having lunch or whatever on the boat.
Yeah.
And Emily was asked, what is she looking forward to?
Hmm.
And it just touched me when she said she's looking forward to being in love
And in love with her
with
husband,
her
Brennan.
husband.
Yeah, man, that's
And
a good answer,
I
man.
thought that came purely from her heart.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
Yeah, a different experience for her. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
it is. And
So
she's trying to compromise as much as she can and not say a whole lot and what have you. And I think she's going a smart route rather than, just running off at the mouth.
I totally agree with that, and I think I think she's doing a really good job at that. I
Yes.
really do, and
Yes.
that's why you got to give that young lady, some props because she's not only saying all the right things, but more importantly, doing the right thing. His issue is something that he needs to kind of manage himself.
I think Brandon has some hang-ups.
He may very well have.
I'm just sensing that from what is coming out of his mouth.
Hmm.
And the first key for me, she falls and you don't hear it.
Hmm.
She hurts her arm, and
Yeah, I don't know what that was
I
about.
don't know what that's
I
about,
don't know
but
how he could have not
he'll
known. Yeah, not known that she fell outside of the bathroom.
right.
I don't understand.
And then this conversation closer to that circle. I mean, you keep that space to yourself. There's a whole lot to talk about. Then,
So in other words, he lacked the same kind of discretion that we talked about in another video with Lauren.
in a different way,
Right.
yes. More will be revealed. It seemed like they're getting closer. But Brennan needs to be more mindful of how he's coming across.
Yeah, he needed to pay
And
attention about that one.
he said when we first initially met him that he's from New York,
Hmm.
and people complained that he was a little crass,
Hmm.
and he had to pull that back.
Way back
I
now.
think he needs to pull it back even further
Hmm.
and not offend his wife in a way that will not help their relationship.